What's going on, my trainer club? Today we're gonna check out the Solstice event. I'm gonna give you my top tips to help you guys max out on an awesome bonus and to max out on the shinies and all the event details in Pokemon Go. So welcome to the trainer club. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Let me know in the comments below, are you excited to get hopefully a shiny Lunatone or shiny Solrock, depending on which one you have or don't have? And what's your Stardust goal for this event? And are you excited to finally see shiny Clefairy in the wild? I'm excited about this because I love the shiny Clefable with the green tips on the Clefable. So very excited about this. So the Solstice event is going to start on Friday. We're gonna go over all the details as far as that. We're gonna go over the details as far as when and how you are going to expect the Solrock and Lunatone to spawn during the event. And then we're also gonna go over my top tips, which include the bonus that is a very lucrative bonus that includes increased Stardust. Now, I just wanted to make a mention before we get into it that the Stardust will not compound on the Calm Day on Saturday. So for everybody out there that's like, oh, we're gonna get 2 times Stardust for the Solstice event, we're gonna get 3 times Stardust for the Weedle event, it's gonna combine, not gonna happen. It's gonna be 2 times until the 3 times happens. The 3 times is then gonna override the 2 times, and then we're gonna go back to the 2 times. But it's not something you want to ignore. 2 times catch Stardust is still very potent. So, as far as the details go, it is going to go from Friday, June 19th at 8 a.m. local time all the way until Wednesday, June 24th at 10 p.m. So we have 6 days to play this event. So make sure to take full advantage of the most important thing, which is going to be the bonus, which is 2 times catch Stardust. Guys, I cannot harp this home enough that catch Stardust is the best commodity in the game. And since we're gonna get the Weedle ones, we obviously wanna save all of our star pieces to make sure we can max out on that. But we also want to, if we have any saved up, max out on this Stardust, guys. Definitely, I'll show you guys how to do that in a tip. As far as the features go, Pokemon associated with Sun and Moon, such as Sunkern and Clefairy, are going to be hatching and appearing in the wild and raids throughout this event. So we're gonna go over all that during our top tips to make sure you guys focus on the things that matter most. Like we just talked about, the shiny Clefairy is gonna be spawning in the wild for the first time ever, besides the glitch at GoFest, with the same thing with the Abra, or from hatching the Cleffa. So obviously we won't be able to get the Cleffa shiny, but the Clefairy shiny is now going to be able to be obtained from the wild, similar to now how the Magmar has a shiny in the wild as well. Additionally, we're gonna have shiny Lunatone and Solrock in their respective regions, and then there's gonna be a schedule where they overlap and then they switch, where they're gonna then stay switched in their new regions going here on out. Also, the Solrock and the Lunatone are gonna be hatching from 5-kilometer eggs. So you're gonna have to weigh in. Do you stay after the 7-kilometer eggs with the Galarian and the Alolans, or do you switch over to the 5-kilometer eggs based on this event? Which then is gonna lead us into the schedule of the Lunatone and the Solrock. So I wanna make sure you guys know exactly what is going on. So starting on Friday the 19th, 8 a.m. all the way until Saturday the 20th at midnight, we are gonna have boosted Solrock and Lunatone spawns in their respective regions. They will not be everywhere at that point. So in the Eastern Hemisphere, we're gonna have boosted Lunatone. In the Western Hemisphere, we're gonna have boosted Solrock. This is gonna be a great time that if you don't have your regionals boosted shiny, guys, try to get after it, because like I said, at the end, they're gonna be switched over to the other region for good. So then on the 21st, which is Saturday at midnight, all the way until the 22nd at midnight, we are gonna have boosted Lunatone and Solrock everywhere. Everybody will have the possibility to get that. So this is the last chance for your regional to be able to obtain it before it's going to switch regions, which happens on the 22nd at midnight. And then we're gonna go all the way until the 24th at the 10 p.m. On the 24th, that's gonna be where they stay. But during that time frame, we are then gonna have the Lunatone in the Western Hemisphere and the Solrock in the Eastern Hemisphere with boosted rates. So you'll have 4 days with your current one, 4 days with the other one as well, to be able to try to get the shiny. So do not play games with this, guys. I am in the Western Hemisphere now, and I don't often see Solrock spawn. It's not very common. So guys, take full advantage of when this is going on. These guys are boosted. They have shiny potentials. If you don't have the shiny, it is time to go hard for the shiny. So that is everything we need to know. So now we're gonna get into my top tips, starting off with tip number 1. Tip number 1 is going to be maximize 100% on the Stardust. So guys, 2x catch Stardust. Here's where we're gonna start getting a little bit more in depth. As far as your star pieces, if you do have more than 12, use them during this time frame and get them cleared out. However, you need 12 specifically for the calm day like I mentioned, because it's gonna be 3x catch Stardust, meaning it's going to be more lucrative. So I would highly suggest you guys have 12 allocated for that 6 hours. You play really hard. Anything left over you use when you are grinding hard, meaning I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna do Zekrom raids, I'm gonna go out for a couple hours. I am going to use all my star pieces during that very condensed time when I'm in a downtown area, and then potentially I would also consider putting on an incense because we still have 1 hour incense with the boosted spawns 1 every minute for 60 additional catches. Great time. Another thing, look out on your map and your nearby constantly for 2nd and 3rd evolution Pokemon, meaning if you're out and you see a Kakuna, that's a 2nd evolution. Definitely something you want to go after. And also look out for those weather boosted Pokemon, depending on what weather it is. You definitely want to catch those guys, so make sure to use Great Balls. Don't just let your auto catcher try to catch those Pokemon, because oftentimes they are higher CPs and they have more of a chance to run away. And then also, as far as the stacked research tasks, guys, remember what I told you, clear them all out during calm day for 3x catch Stardust. Then you want to also keep doing research as much as possible. Don't stack any, just go rip through them all, unless you do want to stack them and wait until you get like 10, 20, 30, which would be also a really good idea, of evolve a Pokemon, win a raid, or hatch an egg, which all have the potentials to give you those 2nd tier evolution Pokemon. You can stack as many as you can, and then you can pop a star piece if you are limited to make sure that you clear as much as possible. But the key here, #1 tip, play as much as you can, be on star pieces. Even if you don't have star pieces, still play as much as you can, because it's still going to count. 2x catch Stardust is like 2 for the price of 1. Who doesn't want to buy 1, get 1? So that's gonna now lead us into tip #2. Tip #2 is gonna be focus on all of the research tasks that are at hand. So guys, let's check all of the research tasks out, starting right now. All right guys, we are now looking at the research tasks. I am excited about this one. I hope you guys are too. We have catch 3 fire type Pokemon for a Solrock with the shiny is out there. 997 is the 100% IV. Then we have catch 3 dark type Pokemon for a Lunatone. 997 is also the 100% IV. Then we have catch 7 different species of Pokemon for an Alolan Vulpix with the shiny potential. I love all these shinies out there. 378 is going to be the 100% IV. Then we have give your buddy a treat for a Clefairy that now does have the shiny out. 495 is going to be the 100% IV. And then we have earn a candy walking your buddy for a Sunkern that also has a shiny. 169. And there is also a task that is use 4 berries to help catch Pokemon for 1000 Stardust. So those are all the tasks, guys. Obviously, none of these are going to be 2nd evolution Pokemon, so they can't go towards stacking, getting more Stardust. But what they can do is potentially get you some awesome shinies out there, because 4 of them are highly desirable shinies as of right now. So good luck with those shinies. So now that you have all the research tasks, make sure to micro focus on the ones that we just mentioned that count the most, and do that as much as possible, which is then gonna lead us to tip #3. Tip #3 is going to be to focus on the wild spawns. Focus on the shinies, focus on the egg hatches, focus on all the Pokemon that are increased, that are going to affect your gameplay, that are going to include mostly what we're talking about is the Go Battle League Pokemon that are relevant here. So guys, if you do want to check out the Go Battle League Pokemon, that's what we're going to do right now. And then as far as the wild spawns go, so we have Clefairy spawning frequently in the wild with the new shiny out. We have Growlithe with a shiny out. We have Sunkern, shiny, Teddiursa, shiny, Houndour, shiny, Lunatone, shiny, and Solrock, shiny. And obviously the Lunatone and Solrock are going to be dependent on, as we just talked about earlier in the video, of what time during the event they are coming out. So as far as any of these Pokemon and their meta relevance, none of them are really meta attackers. However, the Ursaring is actually going to be ranked 142 in the Ultra League with Shadow Claw, Close Combat, and Play Rough. The Ursaring 100% IV is going to be level 33.5 at a 0-15-13. And then if we keep going further, we're obviously going to look at the Clefable. So Clefable in the Great League is going to be ranked 50 with Charm, Meteor Mash, and Psychic. 100% IV is going to be 0-13-15, level 23.5. And then if we check it out in the Ultra League, it's going to be ranked 17. Charm, Meteor Mash, and Psychic again. All 15, so this is going to be 100% one. So this is a great one you can get out of tasks and you can also buddy boost it to level 41 and it's going to sit in the appropriate place. So guys, some of these Pokemon are definitely relevant, definitely worth your time to go after and play, which is then going to lead us to tip number 4. Tip number 4 is going to include all of the Pokemon that are going to be hatching from the eggs. So guys, if you do like the Alolan and the Galarians better, there's nothing wrong with going for that, but 5 kilometers and 7 kilometer eggs both give you the exact same amount of Stardust. So if you do decide to go after some of the 5 kilometer eggs right now and utilize these guys to be able to get some of the event Pokemon, potentially hatch a shiny, a good IV shiny, or whatever that is to you, you can definitely go after that. So now we're gonna check out the full pool that are all in the 5 kilometer eggs right now. And finally, the only egg hatches that I see coming out of 5 kilometer eggs that are special are going to be the Lunatone and the Solrock right now. So I highly doubt that it's only limited to these. And if anything that is impactful comes out, I will pin it in the comments below. But if you do want to check it out, the 100% IV for both the Lunatone and the Solrock level 20 hatch, which they obviously can hatch as a shiny, is going to be 1330. So definitely keep an eye out for that if you do choose to try to get these guys. We have multiple avenues as we checked out the research tasks. We have the eggs and the wild. So in my opinion, I probably, knowing this egg pool, and the only 2 things that I see special are the Lunatone and the Solrock, would probably stick to trying to get 10 kilometer eggs, as well as keep up with those 7 kilometer eggs just based on the Galar and the Alolan Pokemon, but that is totally going to be up to you. So that's what's in the eggs. Make sure to take it for what it's worth for you guys. Weigh out, do you like the 5 kilometer eggs or the 7 kilometer eggs? And remember, if you do want to hatch multiple at a time, make sure to do it while you are grinding. Have these eggs hatching while you are on star pieces. You can always time it up like, hey, I have 2.5 kilometers because we're still getting half incubator distance. And what you can do is start walking them, maybe walk them 1.5 kilometers, then put your star piece on, then start playing really hard. And then you can also utilize the incense during that time when the star piece is on, and you can start collecting those research tasks that I've been recommending that you guys stack up and condense all that stuff. Maybe even do a raid or a rocket battle if you have some time in between. But the raids and the rocket battles can easily be overtaken in Stardust wise if you are out catching Pokemon that have weather boosts, and you can catch them very frequently like in this event, which is then going to lead us to tip number 5. Tip number 5 is going to be an all-inclusive tip that is going to be raid Zekrom quite often. Zekrom is a beast. If you happen to get windy or rainy weather, guys, get after the Zekrom. Weather boosted, great thing for you guys to get after. Also, any of the Go Battle League Pokemon that we did talk about, such as Clefable, that is going to be relevant in the meta, that's going to max out at 100% IV. Definitely in your guys' best interest to stack up on these as many as you possibly can, mass trade them to try to get luckies, and then once you get the luckies, if they're good enough IVs, maybe a 93, 96, 100%, 98%, whatever that is, if you feel comfortable with it, you can start walking that Pokemon and you can power it up if it's going to suit your team well. So those are all the tips that we have for the Solstice event. I hope you guys completely max out. I hope that you guys get all 3 of the shinies if you don't have it, or if you're looking for any of those specifically, you guys have a lot of fun, and most importantly, you guys get millions of Stardust. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you for all my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody who takes the support, subscription, and participation to the next level. I'm gonna see you guys out on the next video. Peace! I just want to take a moment and sincerely thank all of my Patreon members, everybody that has taken their subscription to the next level and chosen to support me on this platform. I greatly appreciate you guys. As a growing channel and really trying to grow and improve as much as I possibly can, I really appreciate the extra support. You guys mean the absolute world to me. I cannot wait to connect with you soon, and I appreciate you guys all for being a part of the Trainer Club. I will see you guys out on the next video.